here, the ashtray is full. Dr. Winterbottom smokes like a chimney. Perhaps she should be in therapy. Dr. Winterbottom's notebook. Probably very revealing. At some point, she'll be able to write her memoirs with it. Dr. Winterbottom's lighter. Quite an expensive one. I guess it was a present.
Okay, it was hers. Fine.
The famous psychiatrist's couch. Until now, I always thought it was a joke. But it's actually quite comfortable.
So it should be, right? Put you at ease a little bit.
My adoptive mother had a lamp like that. I always had fun hiding in it when I was a kid.
Hiding in it? How do you hide in a lamp? What? I'm just picturing Darren, just, kid Darren, just standing around it or so. Just what? How?
Doctor?
What's troubling you, Adrian?
I'm Darren, for crying out loud. Yeah, see? Darren.
Do you believe me?
Darren, Adrian, we've gone through this so many times before. Of course I believe you.
Then why am I still on the hit list?
I'm a doctor, not a judge. By the way, they rejected the assessment of your not being of sound mind.
Rejected? But what about the awful nightmares?
That kind of reaction is only normal, Adrian. If somebody suddenly revealed to me that I was descended from a long line of bloodthirsty murderers, I'd have nightmares too.
How come you ended up here in the first place?
A colleague of mine I'd known from my student days. A doctor. Heinz Hermann. Once worked here in the sanatorium. He was a friend of the Gordons. Then, 12 years ago, those dreadful murders took place. Heinz was one of the victims. I came here to give his family and the others a little spiritual support, and I'm still here. That's just how life goes sometimes.
You could have just left.
This Spooner reckons he's a bit of a big shot.
He's one of those people who pack their own bags and then complain when they're too heavy.
What kind of bags?
Oh, he mucked something up in London and was posted here as punishment. Something he's not dealing with too well.
What did he do? Book the wrong guy?
You know about it? Well, Mr. Spooner is a bit of a trigger-happy cowboy.
No shit.
As far as I know, he overstepped his authority back in London, and that led to some guilty people getting off. Or maybe the other way round. However, I'm not exactly right in the picture with all this.
Oh, great. A bad-natured investigator who can't tell the difference between guilty and innocent. I couldn't have come up against a better guy.
Indeed.
Get this. I've been released on bail.
Well, that's a good reason to celebrate.
I'm not quite so sure. The bail was paid anonymously. You know anything about that by any chance?
Anonymously? No. Who'd do something like that?
Exactly.
No idea. To be honest, I'd hoped you were behind it. Do you see me as being an arsonist?
Judging by your nightmares, you do at least seem to have a violence-orientated imagination.
Yeah, but Stephen King has that too.
As far as I'm aware, he has never been under suspicion of an arson attack resulting in 3 dead.
Whose side are you actually on?
On your side, Adrian.
Good. I swear to you that I've only ever told you the truth.
There are as many truths as there are people, Adrian, and we still have to find yours.
You like living in Willow Creek?
Yes, I like the life and the people. It's like time stood still here.
And every few years, along comes some psycho and murders half a dozen locals.
Yes, well, compared to the murder statistics in London, it's a proper holiday here.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I had a strange experience earlier. It was just like one of my nightmares, but this time I was awake. It was in the police station, just as I was wanting to pick up my stuff. I suddenly found I had awesome strength. I dragged the guy to me through the bars and rammed my pencil into his eye. Wham! Then it was all over. It was just so real. Scary.
You don't say.
Huh, great. So I'm cursed and possessed.
I was talking to a colleague about you the other day. She's how shall I put it? She understands alternative therapies.
What's that all about then? Drugs? Electric shock? Voodoo?
Hypnosis.
You're not serious.
It would at least be a possible way of finding out more.
Well, for my part, as long as you don't saw open the top of my skull. These sessions, how long are they supposed to continue for?
What do you mean?
Well, I've been coming here every day for the past 3 weeks, but I'm still having nightmares every night, and the assessment says I'm 100% fit.
We ought to try hypnosis.
And what's that supposed to do? You want to join in on my nightmares?
Let's just try it tomorrow. If we can get to your roots, then perhaps we'll understand what your dreams are trying to tell us.
Boo! That's what they want to tell us. The dreams, I mean. Well, okay then, Doc. If you think that this might help me in some way. Catch you later.
Take care.
I'd get into my thoughts on hypnosis, but no, I shall not.
A Native American dream catcher. It's supposed to protect you from nightmares.
Oh yeah, it totally works. Mm-hmm. Alright. So we can go to the museum, go to the hotel.
I'd just like to see my file before I leave the village.
Yeah.
A dry sponge full of chalk dust.
I do think that we have to throw that sponge into the freezer, but I'm not entirely sure what
I'd just
to
like
do.
to see my file before.
Go into the museum?
There's a poster hanging here. We're rebuilding for you. Soon will be even more spectacular. Experience the horror up close and personal. Reopening on the 1st of December. That's in a few days' time.
So I'm definitely getting the feeling that it's going to be a story told over many days, which are actually going to be like days. Like, you do this and this on day 1. Then, you know, you this and this and this and this on day 2, etc. So that's interesting. Or I would say that's interesting. Let's call just for shits and giggles, because it seems to be like one of the very few things you can actually do. Let's call the fortune teller. There we go. Ought to be interesting, I'd say.
Hello?
Welcome to Madame Fortuna's.
Yeah, hi. My name's Adrian.
Stop. Speak no more, Adrian. I know why you're calling.
Oh, really?
You want to find out about your future.
Yes.
Adrian, you've come to the right place.
Speak
I
slower
will
to get
read
more
your
money.
card for today. Pick a card.
Over the phone.
Say stop.
Stop.
I've drawn the tower.
And I've put the pawn on A3.
Hmm? Tarot, Adrian, not chess. There will be drastic changes to your life. Ah, I see. Death.
Great.
You will be ripped apart by wild beasts.
Wild beasts. Huh.
But Adrian, there is something you can do about it.
Really? What then?
Stay away from beasts.
Yeah. Thanks.
I really do wonder.
What a load of crap.
You know, she said, I'm gonna read out your fortune for today. So I bet it's gonna be something different every day. Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. That's going to be so much fun. Yes, looking forward to that. I'm sorry, Denise, I'm gonna need another coffee.
Hello?
Hmm?
Coffee, yes.
I think I'll have another one.
Okay.
Super Saiyan my way over there.
Now it's open again. We're gonna have frozen donuts here soon.
Alright, let's see what we can first get it wet, of course. Then we'll just totally throw that water all over the box, so it'll just be one frozen mess.
Sponge is dripping now. I don't want to be carrying it around with me for too long. It could get rather unpleasant.
Yeah, and dirty.
I'll wet the ceiling rubbers with the wet sponge.
Oh yeah, you can do that too, actually.
If you close the freezer now, the water will freeze and it'll be almost impossible to open it again without defrosting the whole thing. Farewell, you donuts. Nobody's gonna be getting you out of there in a hurry. Now that ought to slow down the inspector's donut order somewhat.
It probably will. Alright. Out. Except, where the fuck am I gonna sleep or spend the night? Oh, hello.
Another one of these flat days today. I could really do with something to lift me up a little.
Edward could come along at any time. Better if we wait till this evening.
Sod Edward. Give me a couple of donuts at least.
Yeah, sure. I'll get you some.
This was not what I was expecting. That's kind of awkward, isn't it?
Conrad, your donuts seem to have ended up in the freezer.
Yeah? They can't you bung them in the oven for a bit?
The problem is, the lid's frozen solid.
Ah, I get it. You want me to help you warm up your frozen chest?
I think those two are gonna be busy for a while.
And the guy just walked in as well. Now you can skip the cutscenes using the tab key, but beware, you could also miss out on some important information. Yeah, why the fuck would I press a button during a cutscene? You know, I just sit back during them, you know, hands off keyboard and mouse, because I love the cutscenes. Alright, so...
Constable Zach seems okay.
Can I talk to him now? Yes, I should be able to. Will he let me see the file, though? Probably not.
Can I ask you something briefly?
Angelina?
How long are you gonna look for Angelina?
She'll be deemed missing until we find her.
Even if she's long since dead?
We haven't found a body yet, Mr. Michaels.
Do you believe I set fire to the castle?
Well, Mr. Michaels, you claim to be Samuel Gordon's son, and you were at the scene of the crime with a smoldering torch in your hand.
I had that to defend myself with.
Against the mysterious secret order that nobody knows about and nobody's seen?
It's mentioned in the Gordon Chronicles.
500 years ago.
Forget it.
And then there was the thing with poor Miss Valley, right? We found your tracks at the scene of the crime.
I told you, forget it. Spooner, your inspector, is he always so nice?
I don't know. He was in the homicide department in London until half a year ago. Then, he got redeployed here as a punishment.
That explains a lot.
Since then, he's tried everything to get back out of here. He locks people up for the smallest of misdemeanors. Good for the statistics, you see.
And you can't do anything about it?
What does a bear do about the winter? He rolls himself up and sleeps until the spring comes.
Can you make a copy of my file and send it to my lawyer?
Didn't he get one ages ago?
He, wants to have the current version for the embassy.
Not possible.
Something wrong?
I'd forgotten. The copier gave up the ghost a few weeks back, but there's a new one on order.
Are
Great.
you being serious?
It's not so bad. I have so little to do here, I could type up most of the documents.
I understand. So would you be so kind as to type my file?
No.
And what if I fix that thing?
All right, then. You go and see what you can do with it.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Seriously. In certain puzzles, you have to organize things in correct order. You can drag these by keeping the left mouse button pressed and rotate them by clicking using a right mouse button or something. Oh boy. Can I? There's nothing I can. Oh, I'm still in dialogue with him. That's why. So that sounds like a slidey puzzle or something. That. No, please no.
How involved were you in the investigation of my case?
I searched the sewer system and the bunker.
And you didn't find any clues?
No.
That just can't be true.
It's bloody dark down there, Mr. Michaels, and full of rats. Not for the faint-hearted.
Is there anything new on the kidnapping? Have you spoken to Tom, Bobby, or the kid in Wales?
According to the statement, Tom was at Alton Towers with Bobby at the time.
And you don't find it a little bit strange that those two went to a theme park?
The only strange thing was that Bobby was in hospital for 2 days afterwards with concussion. But we've got a medical certificate that proves that.
And what if Tom was lying?
We can't prove it. He had 2 tickets for the theme park and the paperwork from the hospital.
Damn. And the boy?
There's no one called Van Helsing in Wales.
Goodbye, Constable.
Oh, he doesn't seem pleased. Alright, so... You know, why is it strange that they're going to Alton Towers? They pronounced it a bit different than I would, or do. Love Alton Towers, especially Air. And Nemesis is pretty great as well, and the other one that's right next to them. Or right next to Air, at least. But yeah, great park, that.
It can't be that difficult to fix a copier. I studied it once. Well, kind of.
Did you?
What if we got here? The fuse has blown. Switch to turn it on, and you press the green button to copy. If I twist and connect the wires that work, it should be able to copy again.
You're just gonna stick your hand in there? What? If you just twist the wires a little bit? What the... I don't... To be honest, I don't really get the objective here. Like... Like, I'm supposed to connect what to what? It doesn't even seem like I can do anything about it. It's just... It goes. So there's no... Okay, they will kind of stick like that, but... I don't know what I should be doing. Probably supposed to connect. I should probably just remove all of those, right? So I'm supposed to connect that, or these, to every single point. That seems hard. There's not enough... Are these exactly the same? Yes, they are. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. I have no clue. Like, there's no feedback at all either. It's just... Yeah, you can... Wait, what? I did something?
That should do it.
Oh yes, of course. I totally get that puzzle. That was effing strange. I did a puzzle without having any clue on what the puzzle was, essentially. Great. Well, fix your copier.
Can I ask you something briefly?
Hmm?
The copier's working again.
Hmm?
Now, can you copy my file?
Sure. Then I'll send the copy to your lawyer.
Hmm?
The copy of your file?
Then I can send it myself.
The inspector insists that no files can leave the building without authorization.
Mailbox right
I
outside.
see.
Hmm.
Damn. Constable,
Mm-hmm.
when does the mail go? My lawyer needs the file as soon as possible.
I'll post it later on. It ought to be collected this afternoon.
Thanks. Goodbye, Constable.
Hmm.
A narrow, thin board. I found it amongst the remains of the fair.
Okay, so there's essentially I can still go to the cells apparently. Let's see what my diary says now, because find a way to get it or something. Constable was going to post my file in the letterbox. Maybe I can stop that happening.
Not going back there voluntarily.
Alright, just making sure. Well, guess I gotta sabotage the mailbox or something. Alright, so I've got a pencil, a map, and a plank, basically, so I guess I'm just gonna jam that in there.
The board is just the right size. It'll go straight on top of the mailbag, so that when the constable posts the letter, I can easily pull it out again.
Wouldn't he notice? Well, that seems cool. Again, that's just a kind of, I don't know, kind of logical puzzle that someone could actually do. It's not, you know, out there. I mean, the story itself, you know, being possessed and everything, yeah, that's out there. But the puzzles and the things Darren does are all within reason. They're all kind of sane, like normal things that you might actually think of. And that is some part that I really love about that. Well, these games, I should now say.
It worked.
It did.
Let's see what's in here. Friday afternoon, 12:30. Oh, they must have discovered the body then. The time of death for Miss Valley was the previous evening, Thursday, between 10 and midnight. Cause of death, burned alive after a blow to the back of the head. Oh, grim. Witness interviews. Now, let's see. Not important. Saw nothing. It continues. Friday, 1837. Emergency services called out. At that time, I was in the ruins of the old academy with Angelina, Lewis, and my mother. Then, Saturday, 12:06 a.m. Fire under control. At that time, I was running from the ruins in the direction of the castle. 3 bodies were retrieved. Lady Eleanor Gordon, Edward Bartholomew Bates, the butler, and Sally Wood, the cook. 1 survivor, Lady Victoria Gordon, suffering from severe smoke inhalation. Also on Saturday morning, 12:12 a.m., Darren Michaels arrested on suspicion of arson and murder of Miss Valley. Witness interviews on the subject unproductive, and Lady Victoria Gordon could not as yet be questioned. She remains in shock. After a 2-week period of hospitalization, was discharged of her own wishes to continue medical supervision at home. Hey, it says here that Murray can't remember having seen me in the hotel on Thursday evening. That can't be right. That was exactly when he threw me out of the hotel. Oh, the rat was lying. Just wait. Evidence still insufficient to charge, but strongly suspected of crime. Current state of the investigation. Darren Michaels' conduct, as well as his contradictory testimony, is currently being examined for plausibility by the psychiatric expert, Dr. Joyce Winterbottom. Here's a note to Constable Zach. If he's diagnosed as nuts, will he have to be remanded in a loony bin? Oh my. Possible murder weapon, a torch, still smoldering, which was in Darren Michaels' possession when apprehended. He is undergoing forensic examination. Deportation to USA, not possible. Release of the suspect on bail on direction of the court. Dr. Winterbottom authorized as prime supervisory agent and point of referral. Good, then I've got 2 new goals already. Visit Victoria and see how she's doing, and let Murray know what I think. I'll write in the file so I don't forget. There are enough empty pages.
So that's kind of a new diary. That's loud writing.
I can stash the remains of my diary away with it as well.
Cool. You know, practical stuff like that. Oh, when there's a new diary entry, the diary symbol flashes at the top left of the screen. You can open it via the icon at the top right of the screen, or by pressing D or J on your keyboard. I read that J on. I was like, press D or John. I was like, wait, dude, there's no such key. Not on my keyboard, at least. So yeah, let's see what exactly. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, who the fuck was Murray? He was that older guy in a suit always, right? I think. Yeah, it's only just coming back. It's been many, many months. I don't know how many, but it's been a while. Hell, it may even be a year ago. I don't know. It may well have been, actually. Okay. Oh wait, Murray was the hotel owner, I think. So yeah, we can just run over there. Victoria should be miles away, right? Well, didn't the entire castle burn down? Guess not, since it's made of stone, but... Yeah, hotel first.
Then let's see what Murray's got to say in his defense.
Yeah. I'm thinking of some other guy who was damn suspicious, but... The guy on the boat and everything. Bad memory.
Definitely not drinking water. Wasting water like that wouldn't really be Murray's style. I guess it's rainwater that's pumped up again and again.
Probably.
Definitely not.
Yeah, we established that. So there's a path, there's flags... and crows.
Murray stating his patriotism. The old phone. Gordon's Palace. I wonder if Murray even has the right to use that name.
Probably not.
Ah, Mr. Michaels! Welcome back to Gordon's Palace. We missed you here.
How's that? The last time we saw each other was Thursday, 3 weeks ago, when you threw me out of the hotel.
Thrown out of the hotel? How did that happen then?
The thing with the sewers, the secret entrance in Angelina's room. That ring any bells?
Really? Oh yes, there was something. Ah, well, please excuse me. I did overreact a little. I hope you're not going to bear a grudge, though, Mr. Michaels. I'm very happy to make things up with you. You'll also understand that I couldn't hold your reservation for such a long period. Unfortunately, your room is occupied at the moment. But you can have another, a bigger, nicer one, for a small price, really. And for such a room, a ridiculously tiny price.
So you've remembered then. Very good. Then please go right back to the police and tell them that you know exactly where I was on the evening that Miss Valley was murdered.
Was that the same day? Are you sure? Now, it may well have been. I don't pay much attention to that kind of thing. Why should I? It's really nothing to do with me.
Two-faced snake! I insist you